Hello everyone. Hey, thanks so much for joining me today. I wanted to talk to you today about something that's really important to me, and that's helping kids feel confident in their reading and spelling abilities. And the basis of my teaching and what makes me so successful in helping children is that I use the Orton Gillingham methodology combined with my own many years experience in working with kids in and outside the classroom. Hi, I'm Norma Jean. I am the founder of Time to Shine Teaching and Coaching, and I am, as always, really happy to be with you here again today. So I told you we would talk about the Orton Gillingham methodology. So what is it? And I'm going to call it OG because that's just easier, but the OG method is a systematic and structured approach that breaks down the English language into its components or parts, right? It focuses on phonemic awareness, which is that first step in learning to read and spell. It focuses on phonics, which is what the letter or letter combinations say, and then other essential reading and writing skills. And it was developed around 100 years ago in the 1920s by Samuel Orton and Anna Gillingham. Dr. Orton was a neuropsychiatrist who studied language disorders and how they related to brain function. And Anna Gillingham was an educator and psychologist. And after observing that traditional teaching methods didn't work well for many students, particularly those with like dyslexia or other learning differences, they worked together to develop a teaching method that would help those students that were struggling with reading. So like I said, the Orton Gillingham method is a systematic and structured approach that breaks down the English language into its components. So it explicitly teaches students the rules and generalization that make up our language, which helps them to understand the language so that they can think or logicalize their way through a language problem when they encounter one, right? So they can actually figure out how to read or spell a word because they know all the rules and generalizations that go along with the English language. And believe it or not, the English language is very rule-based. It's just that most people don't know the rules. So students learn skills in a specific order, and each new skill builds on the last. And so this approach ensures that students have a strong foundational understanding of the basics before moving on to more complex skills. And with repetition, it makes make sure that kids are mastering each new skill before they move on. Now, another key component of the OG method is its multisensory approach, which engages multiple senses in the learning process. So this means that students are taught using a variety of their senses, including visual, auditory, and kinesthetic tactile, to help reinforce learning and improve their memory retention. And I've talked a lot about this multisensory approach over last month. It's something that we've been focusing on. So you should check out my Time to Shine Teaching YouTube channel because I have a lot more videos on there that I talk more explicitly about what multisensory means and how you can incorporate it into your teaching practice. So I'll put the link down in the comments below, and please make sure you subscribe while you're there. Now, I've been using the OG method for years to help kids who are struggling with their reading, their writing, printing, spelling, and it's been incredibly effective. I could go on and on with stories, amazing stories of success. But what happens when kids don't get the help they need early on? Well, unfortunately, the consequences can be pretty severe, and I know this personally firsthand. My older brother is dyslexic, and his school experience was horrible, and he ended up dropping out early high school. When a child is struggling in school, it can impact their self-esteem, their motivation, and their overall mental health. They can feel frustrated, embarrassed, they can even feel ashamed, which can lead to feelings of isolation and disconnection from their peers. And as they get older, those feelings can develop into anxiety, depression, or other mental health issues. And it breaks my heart, and I'm sad to say that I've watched it happen over and over again in the public school system because kids are simply not getting the proper support and what they need to be successful. And there are a lot of kids falling through the cracks, and many times parents are completely unaware of it until the child has suffered for a long time. And that's why early intervention is so crucial, because when we can identify a child's struggles early on and provide the support they need, we can help them build the confidence and the resilience that they need to be successful in school and in life. So teaching kids about their super brains is the first thing I do when I'm starting with a new student, because once they understand how they learn, and that goes back to that multisensory bit and how our brains connect to different parts of our body, then it makes learning and memorization easier, and then they take an interest in, and it also takes responsibility for their own learning, which is so powerful. And that's why I'm excited to offer a free toolkit that I've created called Help Your Child Feel Confident in Their Reading and Spelling, which includes a really comprehensive explanation of the different ways we learn for you as a parent or an educator, and a complete lesson plan so that you can teach your child about their super brain. And you can download it for free. I'm going to put the link in the comments below. I really encourage you to go ahead and do that. It doesn't cost you anything, right? So you might as well take a look at it. I'm sure you're going to learn something you probably haven't known. And more importantly, your child is going to feel empowered with that information. And in addition to the toolkit, I'm also just about to launch my Level 1 phonics-based program to teach children how to read, spell, and print. And I've designed the program based on the OG approach and my many years working with kids, both in and outside the classroom. I've taken everything I know about the OG method and I've combined it with everything I found that works so well with kids. And I am absolutely delighted to say that the feedback I'm getting from those teachers and parents that are using my program already are amazing. And I absolutely love it because it's so easy to use. And more importantly, the children are loving it as well. And they're absolutely thriving. So I really can't express how happy that kind of feedback makes me feel. But at the same time, I knew it. I just knew it. I knew that's what I would hear from them because I've watched it happen myself over and over. So if your child or a student you have is struggling in school, it's really important to get them the help they need as soon as possible. And my free toolkit for helping your child feel confident in their reading and spelling is a great place to start. And my Level 1 phonics-based program can provide a more in-depth support. And if you're not sure where to start or you need some guidance, feel free to contact me. I'm available for a free consultation and more information. And I actually have an assessment toolkit that I created that's based on how I assess children as well, where it'll show you exactly where to start with kids, where the gaps are in their learning, and I have that available as well. So remember that every child is capable of success, and with the right tools and support, they really can achieve great things, right? So let's work together to help our kids feel confident in their reading and spelling abilities and to unlock their full potential. And so, as always, I invite you to reach out to me if you have a particular thing that you're struggling with right now, or you have a question about anything that I've talked about. It really does help me to decide what I'm going to talk about on Thursdays and how to best support you, whether you're a parent or an educator or both. And, in return, I would love it if you help me out by liking and sharing and commenting, because even if this isn't something that is, something that you can use, maybe your kids are older or your kids are doing fine in school, or you know what, your social media group is huge, your reach is huge, and you never know who needs to hear this right now. So anyways, I would love it if you help me out that way. And don't forget to check out my YouTube channel for any of the lives and videos and tutorials and tips and tools that I've done videos on. I think you'll find it helpful as well. So it's a gorgeous day here on the West Coast. I'm going to get out into the sunshine. I hope you do too. Happy Thursday and happy teaching. See you next week. Bye.